Welcome back to this video, and we will continue discussing the equations of lines and the slope of the lines and the distance between 2 points by giving examples or exercises on these topics. First, let us remind you by the rules we got from the part 1 of this video. We found the distance between 2 points can be expressed by the rule as bx, the distance, bq, the distance, is equal to the square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. And we found the slope of the line which passed through the 2 points x1, y1, x2, y2, a slope which I used to denote it by m, symbol m, is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And also, as we discussed the equation of the line in general, I found it is ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. This what I did in the part 1 of this video. Now in this part we will give some notice. The first notice we can talk about is the slope of the axes x and y. For the axis x, the slope is 0, because when you want to apply this rule, the slope m is equal y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, by taking any 2 points here in the x-axis, you will find y2 and y1 are equals, or here, any 2 points. As they are equal, then here we will get 0. So 0 over any quantity, it will be 0. So slope of x-axis is equal to 0. While there is no slope for y-axis, or it's undefined in general. Why? Because also in y-axis all the coordinate of x's are zeros. Here, for all points here, any arbitrary point, this will make the denominator is 0, which means m is undefined. So no defined slope for y-axis. These two important notice. We can apply these two notice also on any parallel line to each of those axes. I mean, if we look for any parallel line to x-axis, this axis, if I take any parallel line like this L here, the green one, we can say its slope is equal 0 also, the same of this slope of this x-axis. Also, we can say the same for the parallel line for y-axis. This line has no defined slope. Generally, any vertical line on x-axis has no slope. Then line L, if it's parallel to L, if we said here, this L here, L naught. If L naught is parallel to L, that means slope of L is equal to slope of L naught. Slope of x here, slope is equal to slope of L naught. Both of the same slope, so this has a slope 0, then this has a slope 0 also. Here is L4. We said L4 is parallel. Here, let me say it's parallel to x-axis. Is parallel to y-axis, L4. Then the slope for L4 is not defined, same as for y-axis. So no defined slope for L4. Now, we have to remember also any two parallel lines like L1 and L, these two lines, they have the same slope. Then L is parallel to L1, or L1 is parallel to L. So slope of M1, slope L1 is M1, is equal to slope of M, of L, which is M. Again, when these two lines are parallel, so their slopes are equal. When L1 are perpendicular with L2, like here, L1 and L2, and both are not vertical, so we can say slope of L1 is negative of the reciprocal of slope of L2. That means if a slope of L1 is slope of L1 is -2, for example, then slope of L2 is the inverse of 2, which is 1/2, and inverse of the sign, which is positive. Look, we just inversed the sign and inversed the number. These two main important also we have to two main important notice we have to remember. Now let us solve some questions about this notice. First question we can take said find the equation of the line. Find the equation of the line which passes through point -2 and 3 and has a slope m, which is 4/5. So this direct question about applying the equation form. The equation form we discussed in part 1 said when any line passes through x1, y1, this x1 here, y1 here, and has a slope m, can be written like y minus y1 is equal to m multiplied by x minus x1. So just apply this rule where the point is here and the slope is here. So we can write y1 here is a 3, so 3 here, and x1 is -2, and there is negative also here, so negative times -2, and m is 4/5. and x will come down here and y will come down here. Then we try to make this equation simple. First, we can multiply both sides by the number 5. Then we have 5y minus 5 times 3, that's 15, is equal to 4. Here 5 will disappear, then 4 will be multiplied by inside those brackets. So we got 4x and 4 times plus 2, because no minus and minus, that's mean plus. 4 times plus 2, that's mean plus 8. Then we can write all the terms on this side or any other side and keep the one of those two sides is 0. Here we can write 4x minus 5y plus 8 plus 15 is equal to 0. And here those together will be plus 23. Then the final shape of the equation is 4x minus 5y plus 23 is 0, is equal to 0. This is the equation they wanted me to bring. Okay, this direct question. Another question: find the equation of the line which passes through 2 points. Find the equation of the line which passes through 2 points. Let me give you now 2 points. And do not give you the slope. The 2 points here, let me say the first one is 5, -6. And second one is -1 and 3. Just we have 2 points on the line and we need to find its equation. No slope given here, so we will start finding the slope of this line. Then the first step is finding the slope of the line. Slope which is m is equal y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Now make substitution. This x1, y1, x2, y2. So y2 is 3 minus y1 is -6 negative 6. x2 is negative 1 minus x1 is 5. This will give me 3 minus by minus, it will be plus, or negative by negative, it will be positive. So 3 plus 6 over negative 1 minus 5, that's mean negative 6. So here is positive 9. Here is negative 6. We can make cancellation the common factor here, which is 3, as we can write 9 is 3 by 3 and 6 is 2 by 3, and this positive and negative. So we can cancel the 3 with the 3. Then the slope is negative 3 over 2. As we found the slope, then we can get the equation by applying the rule. The equation is y minus y1 is equal to m x minus x1, which means now y here will stay and x will stay, no substitution about those because they will form the equation, and we substitute about all the informations we have. The substitution will be in these places. Here instead of y1, here instead of m, here instead of x1. Now y1 is negative 6, so we put negative 6. M, here we found m is negative 3 over 2. Negative 3 over 2. And x1 is positive 5. Then the equation started to be shaped. Y minus by minus, or negative by negative, that means plus 6 is equal to negative 3 over 2 x, negative by negative, that means a plus, 3 by 5, that's 15 over 2. Also, we can simplify this equation multiplying by 2 here, the common denominator. So here all this equation will be multiplied by 2. Then 2y plus 12 is equal to negative 3x plus 15. Also, we can simplify this equation to be in the form here, moving all the terms onto one side. So 3x, we write x as a beginning, then followed by y's, which is 2y, 12 stay here and 15 will move to other side in negative, and this side will be 0. After then those will be negative 3 and 2 y's come down and 3x comes down. So this is the final form of the equation. Let me get the third example. Find an equation for the line which has a slope 2 over 5, slope 2 over 5. Find equation of the line which has a slope slope 2 over 5 and intersects y-axis or intersect y-axis at point 0 and negative 3. See what new in this question. We just give the same thing, the slope and a point. But we mentioned here the point is lying on the y-axis because it's the intersection between the line and y-axis, like here, like this line. If we consider this point as 0 for x and negative 3 for y. This expression can be given in different form. Just mention this value. This value is known as intercept at y-axis. We can say y-intercept equals negative 3. Instead of this statement, we can write this sentence. So this equation can be found by the same thing as we did before, even if we change this statement by this expression y-intercept is equal negative 3. So we have two informations, so we can write the equation. Okay. The equation for this line, it's same. Let us first start to remember the formula of the equation. y minus y1 is equal m times x minus x1. When we got the y-intersection, that means x here, x1 here is 0, and y1 is negative 3. So when we make that substitution, put here 0 instead of x1, and put here instead of y1 negative 3. So m still here in general, before make the substitution by the value, m is still here and x is still here, and this one disappeared, and this is still here. So the formula here we got is y is equal to mx, and this moved to the other side to be plus 3. Be careful here. Here the sign is negative, the interception in the negative side. So negative by negative, this will be plus. When it moves to other side, it will be negative here. So, and briefly, we can say in shortly, this form can be found in one step, just one step. Here, negative 3 here, which is written here. And m, which is given here, can be written directly. So we can write the equation for this line under this specifications directly by saying y is equal to 2 over 5 x negative 3. That's it. So just one step we got the equation, and after then we simplify it. So this form is known as the equation with slope and y-interception. Slope here and y-interception is here. Okay? Be careful about this case. Let me give you another example. Equation for the line with the slope 3 over 4 and y-intercept is plus 5. Directly we write y is equal mx plus the interception, let me consider it b, as I show here in the diagram. This is the formal equation for this situation. So we write b is 5 and m is 3 over 4, x is equal y. That's it. And we can, if we want to put it in general form, just multiply both sides by the denominator here. It will be 4y is equal to 3x plus 20, because I multiplied each term by 4. Then put all terms in one side, so it will be 3x minus 4y plus 20 is equal to 0. Okay, we will stop.